Monday the 15th of May. Welcome to the Dan James Show with Kieran and Elliot. Say hello.
Yo.
Hello.
Hey.
That was terrible. Sorry, just my first introduction into this podcast is yo, like I'm a 90s rapper.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Great. What were you saying before?
Oh yeah, before we came on, we were just talking about how ridiculous the news is in America, and right now, a couple of days ago, CNN ran with the story of Donald Trump gets 2 scoops of ice cream, where his guest only gets 1, and it's they're so eager to paint this man like he's the incarnation of the devil that they're just literally going into scoops of ice cream. It's like, I expect some perks of being a president, though, right?
I think if you are the president, you should be allowed an extra scoop of ice cream.
An extra scoop of ice cream.
This isn't the first time they've talked about Donald Trump's, eating habits. They one time made a video.
Steak.
Yeah, steak. He was he puts hot sauce or something on his steak, and it's just like, or he takes it well done. And they had a genuine half-an-hour story about that.
Everyone always goes into steak as well. However you have it, someone's always going to yell at you.
You know what's really sad? If you care about how you eat your steak, if you genuinely care about other people's opinions and about how you eat a piece of fucking meat, you're just
a piece of cow.
A dead piece of cow. If there is
it's not even a piece of dolphin. It's not even an intelligent animal. Do you know how stupid cows are?
Well, they just stand in fields all day.
Yeah. They're really stupid. They don't feel pain.
Good with them.
They don't feel pain?
They're that stupid they don't feel pain.
Oh, wow.
They're really dumb.
Well, you can say that about, a lot of people.
Yeah.
I've seen smarter cows than I have seen a lot of dumb people, okay?
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Yeah, so they vilified Donald Trump to the point now where he can't go out to his...
You can't have steak without being...
Yeah, he can't even eat.
You can't even have ice cream.
You can't even have ice cream. Trying to starve him.
Yeah, that's what they're not going to do. Hell, I'm telling you right now, if fat phobia wasn't a thing right now that people are terrified of going, they would make fun of how he's eating too much and making fun of how big he is. But anyway, sorry, we got sidetracked there by food of Donald Trump. Is there any real news stories? Anything that's
I was perfectly happy how it was going.
You're perfectly happy just talking about food.
That's real news, though.
It's real news.
Real news, yeah.
Journalistic integrity right here.
Yeah, we're talking about how CNN is fake news.
Fake news. I hate the term fake news because
you are fake news.
Here's the term fake news in a nutshell, in my opinion. When fake news got started, they were trying to, the mainstream media, and I don't like saying the mainstream media because that's turned into a meme at this point.
MSM.
The mainstream meteor.
Anyway.
Meteor 2020.
Fake news was started as a term to try and demean people from looking online for news sources. And instead, it's had the exact opposite effect.
Yeah.
People are now really critical of televised media, as they should be. People don't understand that these news companies are bought up by certain multi-billionaires to push a certain agenda. You should always be critical of what you're consuming, and always get it from 15 different sides. It's not good enough anymore to have it from 2 different sides, because then you'll just have 2 people bitching at each other. That's not very productive.
No, who's that guy that Rupert Murdoch, the old fuck?
Yeah. He owns the Sun newspaper.
News International.
Yeah,
he owns a third of all news.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Imagine being that powerful. You could literally control what people think.
Well, he did for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, with the Sun. The Sun kind of controlled elections for a long time until... well, they don't anymore. But they do support the party that wins every time, which is Conservatives, rightly so. But when Trump got elected, I'm pretty sure Murdoch didn't support him. So thankfully, his reign is over.
Yeah,
King Murdoch's reign is over.
I'm glad about that. Well, I wouldn't say he's powerless just yet.
He's an evil motherfucker. He's one of the most evil motherfuckers on earth.
He's a sick, twisted man. And, you get this from all sorts of huge people. There's another guy who's really huge.
He looks like a leather handbag.
He's got one of those neck things the same as Trump, where it's kind of it's all his evil's deflated.
It's worse than Trump's.
Oh God, there's no comparison between Trump. To me, is just a populist. I don't think he intended fully to be where he is right now.
No,
No, I genuinely
Just
find
did it
How
for
am
a
I
joke.
here?
I genuinely think he wakes up one day. I was like, I used to be a billionaire. now I have to decide whether we bomb Afghanis. I'm like, oh god.
Now
No.
I have to decide whether to bomb Syria or not.
You know what was really weird with that whole mother of all bombs thing? The MOBA. By
The
the way,
MOBA.
that just I only learnt from that from
Moab.
Call of Duty.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
True.
it's really sad. I'm getting taught modern warfare
Yeah.
from video games. Anyway, when that whole thing was going down, everyone was agreeing. All like the Democratic side were agreeing, from Hillary Clinton to like all the bigwigs in the Democratic Party were like, yeah, we should bomb this. We should definitely bomb them. But then the news had this like double thing. It was like, we hate Trump, but we can't say
We can't
like
go against
Hillary
the
Clinton's
Democrats.
crazy. Exactly. It was this amazing moment where they were like, well, this is extremely risky, and we are sort of not supporting seriously though.
Trump's a cunt, but we support this.
Exactly. It was a really weird fucking moment, and no, it just shows you how two-faced the media are. I mean, right now, since Labour are on a huge losing streak, no, it's getting embarrassing to this point. The BBC, who are quite liberal in my opinion, they've got they put a certain spin to everything, which
Yeah.
technically I wouldn't normally criticise a news broadcaster
They're-
for having personal
They're
opinions.
centre left.
Yeah.
Centre. They're Blair. They're Blair, right? Really.
They have to be that way though, because
Yeah.
they are a public they are funded by
Yeah.
the entirety of the country through TV licenses and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. And through the
ITV I
government.
found kind of conservative.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't like Labour at all. Even when Ed Miliband was running, they were kind of dogging on him a
Ed
little bit.
Miliband, what a terrible pick. What just like he was. Did you ever look at him and just think, yeah, he's a leader. He's a guy I would be behind
No.
in battle.
But I didn't like David Cameron, so I voted for him.
What? Sorry.
Yeah.
I heard you say I didn't like David Cameron, but I voted for him.
No, I didn't. I voted for Ed Miliband
Oh, did you?
instead
Oh,
of
okay.
David Cameron because
Yeah.
I didn't like David Cameron.
David Cameron wasn't exactly my favorite. He had this two-faced upper class
Yeah,
dick vibe about him.
a man and a pig.
Yeah, do you think secretly that there is a real chance? Because everyone was just like, oh, it's just a like, raw, those ridiculous.
There must be,
rumors.
right? I mean, these parties. You see the the class jock. I suppose you could say, we don't use that word in England, but making out with another guy, and he's gay, but he denies it.
At this point, that's sad. At this point, if
Yeah.
you deny like being gay and being, I don't think it would ever like hinder your opportunities, right?
No, it enhances it because it puts you higher up the oppression hierarchy.
Exactly. You get to say
You're
like,
not a cis straight white male anymore, right at the bottom of the pyramid.
I'm telling
You're
you,
closer
right,
to the black lesbian transgender woman.
we're
at
not
the
that
top.
far away from that. We are not that far away from we're not that far away from having a choice between Dwayne The Rock Johnson and a black lesbian with trans identity, helicopter,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck you want to call
Asexual,
it. Asexual, pansexual. Like pansexual is just like a fancy word.
antifa-sexual.
Oh,
you
there,
know.
we can talk about Antifa another time.
Oh,
Why I
fucking
can get
hell.
into that, but let's just let me just finish this.
The
point.
anti-fascist fascists.
At some point, yeah, and they use fascist tactics.
Yeah.
Anyway, at some point there will be a candidate who's like, who's genuinely ticks all those boxes, and at some point the parties will just look for that. At some point, that'll be the criteria for getting elected, because people are actually talking about Dwayne The Rock Johnson as a viable candidate. Then again, Donald Trump is just a billionaire who had no political experience. But
Yeah,
at the same time,
I mean, there's that.
at the same time, he was like a multi-billionaire free business. There's sort of like a logic there. He'll be good for the economy, which technically he has been. The dollar's up extremely, hasn't it?
Yeah, the economy's doing really well.
Yeah. And there's lots of jobs being made,
He's
which
brought
is
like
more...
50,000 jobs back, which is huge.
Yeah. Especially in rural areas, which he he
Yeah,
never
Rust
campaigned in
Belt,
rural areas.
Illinois,
but those people
Michigan.
were his base,
Yeah,
and that
Ohio.
was
That's where he won it. He won it in Ohio.
Yeah. Well, Florida was a really big one
and
for him.
Florida, yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching that. Were you there at the election? Were you staying up all night, Elliot, watching that?
No, I was probably in bed.
Oh, you just couldn't care
Yeah.
less. I
I
genuinely.
remember waking up in the morning though, and just my mum and sister were just watching the TV, just shouting like, "He's in! He's in!"
Happy or like ready to pack for like.
They were pretty happy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Um,
My mum loves him so much.
I think he's just. I think you know what? If people just took a second, just be like, Donald Trump, the biggest walking meme there has ever been, is technically the most powerful man in the world right now. That's a great feeling right now.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah,
Then again,
democracy works. People want
Literally,
that.
the memes have won. They've
The me-
taken over.
The great meme war.
I'm telling
We
you
won.
right now. memes are away. The memes are genuinely. People are
Yeah.
funding meme courses. People are
Well,
funding.
the FBI had a department. No, not the FBI. The CIA had a department for memes. The Vault 7 leaks
Mom,
unveiled that.
Mom, I'm in. I officially check memes now.
I've hacked 4chan.
Who is 4chan now?
Who is the hacker
known
known as
as
4chan? Oh no, that's fucking great. It's great.
That might have kind of killed them actually, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people knew that 4chan was a website.
Yeah. I think that actually, like, see when the reports were coming out about 4chan, the user base like took a huge jump up.
Yeah.
Because people came into the mainstream, and of course 4chan went ree, and
Yeah.
like hated that because normies get out. But it actually really helped the amount of reach Paul had, which Paul, if you've ever been on there, is board on 4chan, which
Politically
is
incorrect, isn't it?
politically incorrect. It is by far the most disgusting place in terms of political opinions. It's genuinely the worst, but it's all ironic. So
That
you're
makes
like,
it okay.
yeah, it kind of does.
As long as it's ironic, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. If it's a joke, if you're calling someone 15 different slurs, then yeah, fine. Yeah, of course Jews rule the world. Of course they're like secretly like trying to cuck us all out of being white babies. That's one of my funniest things I've ever seen. The white people are the biggest race in the world, apart from maybe Asians, right?
Depends what kind of Asian.
Asians
really.
might have beaten us because
okay.
you got China and India,
Yeah,
so there
If
you
you
go.
put them all together, that's like a quarter
That's 2
of the
billion.
world, isn't
Yeah.
it?
probably.
We've reached
man.
2 billion now.
Yeah, there's
'Cause
serious.
China have a
numbers.
billion, India have a billion. Oh yeah, 2
Yeah, but
billion.
we're still not like we're not. You're not seeing like all the white people disappear. There's this genuine conspiracy in Poland that white babies are disappearing from the world.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not like we're the most overpopulated world. Like there was like another world we can compare to though. We are super overpopulated right now and all that sort of stuff. So, there's no problem with white babies or any of that sort of bullshit.
No, of course
Just
not.
the cuckold agenda.
The cuckold
The agenda.
I
Cuckold
love
agenda.
the word cuck.
Wow.
I
I love cut.
It's great.
and it's great to see how
My
people
sister
react.
yells it at like her friends. She's
How old's your sister?
She's 16.
It's
She
fantastic.
runs around sixth form just yelling, "You're a cock!"
I love it. Went from a man who likes to watch his wife get fucked to just someone who annoys me.
To just a liberal.
Just a liberal.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or
just like
a racist.
or yes. Oh god, is that? Yeah, we have buzzwords just like anyone else.
Yeah.
We're all semi-conservative here, right? I'd say
Libertarian.
more libertarian. Yeah.
Libertarian.
Yeah, I'm more for like more rights than like control because I have a fundamental distrust for government.
Just get rid of most of the government because it doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
It's been proven not to work.
Yeah, exactly. No, I 100% flee. In fact, I would have probably, if I was American at the time, I probably would have voted for Gary Johnson on sheer
He was a
principle.
horrible candidate.
Yeah,
but I
he-
would have voted for him because he's better than Trump and Hillary.
Oh, definitely. No, he did fucking shoot himself in the foot. He could
What
have
is
got...
Aleppo? What is Aleppo?
What is Aleppo? If you actually watch, that's not the worst he's done. If you want to bring up a video on Gary Johnson, and at one point he talked to an interviewer, and he genuinely pretended to have a heart attack on stage when he was talking about marijuana, and it was really embarrassing. Like this is during this is during a campaign. Gary Johnson. Yeah. Okay, so
Gary. He's
Gary
currently-
Johnson heart attack.
Heart attack. Oh my god.
oh, this is really embarrassing. So.
Right. I don't think we'll be able to get sound
It's like a minute long, so dank memery in the side.
Is this playing? What's
Hmm.
happening here?
Well, that's interesting.
Skip forward a bit.
Well, he pretended to have a heart attack mid-stage.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they were talking about weed and the problems it caused, and he pretended to have a heart attack, which was
Oh my god.
Why?
yeah, that was when it was like his campaign has officially died on stage right in front of him.
I don't think the mic's picking you up there.
Do you not? Hello.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
You're a little bit better now.
Yeah, so he had lots of instances of weird talking and shit like that. He was actually on Joe Rogan's podcast, which he came off pretty good there.
He
but-
came off good on Dave Rubin apparently as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
Dave Rubin's a good guy. Do you have,
Yeah.
you know, how many news sources do you guys actually trust these days?
2.
Two.
Yeah. Philip
Yeah.
DeFranco and Dave Rubin. That's it.
Philly D's good.
Yeah.
I like Philly D. You know, he's kind of got a liberal slight bias, but at least he's upfront with that. At least he's like, you know, he'll fully come
Yeah.
forward and be like, yeah, I believe in X. I'm more like, you know, California based. I know he's like LA, right? He lives in LA.
Yeah, he lives in LA.
He's a really good guy. I really
Yeah.
like that guy.
Well, the thing is, his entire company is on him telling the truth. So if he lies once, his career's over.
Yeah, but here's the thing: even if he gets stories wrong, he will come forward.
Yeah. Yeah,
And that's the
he's
good thing.
honest
He's
about
not afraid of he's not afraid of making corrections.
Mm.
Where these days you need to fucking like spin it in such a way that we were told X, Y, and Z. It's sort of like when Trump was sorry I keep bringing up Trump, but he's just a perfect example of
Donald.
media madness. One day, about maybe 4 months ago, there was some Russian hacked leaks of him going to Russia and going to a bed of former President Obama in a hotel and
Oh, yeah,
getting
yeah.
Russians
Oh.
to urinate on the bed for his sexual pleasure or something to do with that. And this came from, you know, the hard-hitting journalistic integrity defining BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed?
Yes, BuzzFeed. That's where it all originated from.
Wow.
It was literally a 4chan joke. 4chan
They sent
made
it
all these
into
ones.
BuzzFeed, and then
And
they
they
were like,
ran
"What?"
with
the OK signers as well. The white
Oh,
supremacist
yeah,
OK
that's
signers as well.
white
That's
power.
4chan. Yeah. That's
All 4chan.
It
all,
means
That's
white
Pol.
power.
Pol started that.
all jokes come from there.
And
you know what's-
CNN thought it was serious.
You know what the new one they're trying to get is
The
trash.
thumbs up as well.
It's the thumbs up and
Yeah.
it's trash dove. You know that like
Yeah.
sticker pack. They wanted to see if they could get that banned from Facebook because
Elliot loves that.
I love the.
Yeah.
I
trash.
think I
group.
saw something with the thankful reaction
Yeah,
as
the
well.
thankful
new
reaction.
thankful
Do you
reaction.
thankful?
I saw a big
Like,
one.
we're thankful for like white supremacy.
It's fantastic.
That's just gonna get abused. Why do they introduce a new thing? It never works.
It's always gonna.
Never goes well.
always
I
gonna,
don't know. I
appeal
like
to
the
white
Facebook
supremacy.
reactions. I think
Yeah.
they've been all right.
Angry
so far.
reacts only.
Every-
Angry React is white supremacy as well.
Yeah, Angry React,
Mhm.
really? I
Yeah.
love Angry React. The memes that come from that is fucking amazing. 90% of this podcast has been memes. I just want to say that's where this is going. This is what,
Traps. Are
Yeah,
gay.
memes are important. Traps are Right, that's going to be the title of the episode now. Traps are gay.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like
We can say goodbye to YouTube monetization. All of it's gone.
on the whole YouTube monetization like field. I don't know when you guys got into YouTube, but I got into it like really early days, like really 2011 days, and
Been in there for quite a while as well.
quite a while. Yeah,
Yeah, 2011. Yeah.
2011. Yeah. Things are so different now. Like, it used to be like a foreground for really creative new ideas. Now the entire front page, if you go to YouTube right now, look on their like homepage, you will see about 10% to 50% of like news, or not news, but like TV channels.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and they're invading YouTube now.
I always see a bunch of like.
Yeah.
If
Ellen
you ever go
DeGeneres
onto the
stuff.
homepage, it's just a bunch of James Corden, and I'm like, what?
This is not what YouTube was meant
No,
to be.
yeah.
I don't get it. Americans find him really, really funny, but over here he's just like just some random fat bloke. You know?
Yeah, he got his big start in Gavin and Stacey, right?
Yeah.
And
He's
then
not very funny.
yeah, I never
He
really
had
found it
a
funny.
show during the what was the World Cup in 2010, I think.
Yeah, that did terribly.
Yeah. It
what-
was terrible though.
Did you ever see his movie?
What
His,
one?
his movie tried to sell.
What was it called?
lesbian vampire killers.
I heard about that.
Wow.
I didn't,
No,
I
no,
didn't
it's
watch
as
it.
bad as a bad like B movie bad
It
as you
just
think
sounded
it
like
is.
epic movie.
Oh yeah, jeez, the
It
epic
just
movie.
sounded something like that.
Oh, it was just so terrible. It was super low budget, and it went to actual British cinemas and died in British cinemas drastically. It sold like what? I think it sold less than 90,000 tickets over its entire lifespan in cinema. So
Wow.
that's really, really
What was
bad.
it like? Was as you said, it was like what you're about to say was like a giant ad or whatever. Or...
It was the most pathetic excuse. Anyway, James Corden is look, I have nothing against James Corden. He's obviously done well. I think he's just one of those British people like that other guy who's like a huge news anchor over there who we don't know.
Oh, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah. He's really huge over there, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So like once every like couple of years, Britain just ships a random celebrity over there to represent the entire country. It used to be Piers Morgan. And then they,
yeah.
Then they kicked him out because he was anti-gun.
Yeah, he was anti-gun.
came
No,
back.
it wasn't because he was anti-gun. That was actually fine. It was because he had some semi-conservative opinions and he didn't quite hate Trump.
Yeah.
Hell, he got into trouble recently for saying he was okay with Brexit. Like, not even like he voted for it. He was just okay for it over here and like a TV
Isn't
show.
everyone okay with it? I swear only like
It's been a
10%
year.
of the country is not okay with it.
It's been a year now, and
Yeah.
like if you aren't like over that by now, I don't know what to tell you. It's over.
There's still going to be the anti-Brexit marches, isn't there? Like random universities.
Yeah.
It reminds me of wasn't it Bristol University that had a random anti-Trump well, it's like a rally or something,
Yeah.
and there's like
It's like, what are you going to affect in
Yeah.
America?
Trump's going to look over and like, oh, there's a few
Presidency over.
there's a few uni
Bristol.
students in Bristol that don't like me. Shut it down.
Shut it down. No.
I saw there was one in Luton. You probably didn't hear of it though,
No.
because the only reason I know about it is because I was in Creams, right? You know,
Oh, okay.
dessert place.
Yeah.
And
Nice place, by the way. Really nice place.
yeah, this weird looking. I think it was a girl.
That's not good when you have to say, I think
it was
a
a
girl.
girl.
That's the state of the world. Right
You know
now.
what? You can't assume a gender now, so you know.
Right, red hair. Right,
Okay.
crazy bitch red. Right.
Oh,
By
There's
the
a
way,
certain crazy bitch.
crazy
shade of
bitch
Tumblr
red.
red.
Tumblr red.
Tumblr red. Right. Like, by the way, if you meet a girl in the club, I'm not going to meet a girl in the club because I don't really go clubbing. But if you meet a girl in the club and she has red hair, just run. You know, there's such a thing as crazy bitch red.
You know what? You
It's a-
never really
it's a
want to
thing.
pick up a girl in a club because I have a few times, and my god, they are the most
Chlamydia.
narcissistic people you will
Yeah.
ever goddamn meet. You know,
You need to go and get checked after this. It's that
just
kind
go
of thing.
to a pub and just be a man and go up to a girl and ask for a number or just to
Yeah.
have a drink with her. Don't
Just go on
don't-
Tinder.
go on Tinder and have a. You know what? You say that Tinder isn't that bad.
I've been on Tinder.
Have you? What are your
I think we
experiences
all
of
have.
Tinder?
I think we all have, haven't we?
Tinder's.
Elliot right now has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not going to
We
pay
met on
attention.
Tinder, yeah.
Did you?
Elliot has
Oh.
uninstalled Tinder.
You're a spokesperson for Tinder. No, I think clubs are really big for picking up girls for the simple reason as men don't have to actually talk. Because a lot of men have like super bad anxiety about being the first
They
ones.
just grind against some fat chick and it works.
90% of the time it'll work. No, I just think
They're desperate.
they're desperate. Or maybe that's their thing. Who knows? Who's to judge at this point? I honestly don't care about what sort of like body types anyone's into or that sort of shit. I care when
No, I mean-
I care when it gets to like an obese level because anyone who's full on obese is probably.
You're putting a
Plus it's
strain on the
unhealthy.
health service now. You know, it's that kind of thing.
Sorry, say that again.
An obese person puts a strain on a health service.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of
definitely.
and they're
hell-
mentally ill. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about that one. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, that another thing about that whole straining the NHS right now. Do you know like the NHS loses what was it 9 million? That might not be the exact number, but about £9 million a year for missed appointments. Do you think there should be a
Well-
fine for someone missing an appointment or not, like telling the doctor they're not going to be in?
yeah.
Yeah,
should
definitely.
definitely
It's
let
called,
them
it's
know
called
if you're not coming in.
responsibility.
Yeah, because you're like closing up space for
Yeah.
like someone else. You're wasting a doctor's
Someone
time.
else could come in that time.
Could come in with a cancerous lump, not
yeah.
get seen, and then
The-
fucking die.
The doctor
Great.
has clearly taken like time out of their day. They're just going to be waiting there for, let's say, the half an hour that the
Yeah.
appointment was.
Yeah,
They're just going to be
Well,
sitting there.
For 10
it's
minutes.
terrible. You know what? The whole NHS system is incredibly strained.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
like currently right now, most of the British doctors travel elsewhere after they get fully trained by the government of Britain. You know what costs? What was it? 100,000 to fully train a new doctor to like a newbie sort of doctor to a fully fledged participating doctor, and then as soon as they like get that license and shit, they're away over to Australia or away over to the other side of the Atlantic. I don't know, just to
Yeah,
like you know get
America.
the full like cash because they pay so little over here. They're so badly understaffed, and then that adds into the fact that not most, about 40% of British doctors right now are actually from different countries outside Britain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, it's this sort of thing where they're dragging people in because everyone's going out. It's just like maybe if you just like
Paid your doctors more.
not even that. Like, well, yes, that obviously. I don't want to say the doctor shouldn't get paid more. They do incredible work, of course. I don't want people to die. But anyway, I just had a picture in my head of like a doctor hearing this podcast, then watching me as I die in the street and being like, well, just
You said I didn't deserve more money.
I'll just walk on by.
Don't know why he turned into Jesse Ventura halfway through.
Yeah.
I used to be a governor.
Now I'm
How did you say it?
No, I've forgotten how he says it now. That guy's hilarious.
Who is it?
Jesse Ventura.
Oh yeah. He's a good guy. He's cool.
I used to be a governor. They use chemtrails.
Going Alex Jones there. Alex Jones actually never talked about chemtrails that much.
That's Jesse Ventura.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
worse than Alex Jones.
He-
Alex Jones is a blue belt compared to Jesse Ventura.
when you're worse than Alex Jones, you know you need to like. calm
You
yourself
fucked
down
up
a lot.
there. You
I love big Alex Jones though. You
He's
shouldn't take
great.
Alex Jones super seriously. You should be like, now he does crack a lot of stories way before anyone else, but then that's only like 5% of the time.
well, yeah, pedo rings. Catholic Church paedophile ring. He cracked
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh yeah, like in Ireland, that's really, really bad. I despise
Yeah.
them with an absolute passion. I grew up Catholic, and I got to see the Catholic Church from the inside, and it's
Yeah.
quite it's a weird experience growing up super religious. Well, I was a child at the time, so I wasn't personally religious. Don't know about you guys' religions. I'm guessing we're all either agnostic or atheist, right?
Agnostic. yeah.
Agnostic.
Oh, okay.
I was brought up by my
Agnostic or-
dad's kind of nothing. You know, I
Yeah.
don't think he thinks about it. And my mum is very, very moderate Christian. She doesn't really
yeah,
even talk about it. You know, so
If anyone's wondering what an agnostic is a pussy way of saying I'm an atheist, but you know, fingers crossed.
Essentially.
wow,
It basically is though.
It is essentially that. Yeah,
No.
even I can agree with that.
no,
No,
I don't know what. I'm just saying, I don't know what happens when I die. I'm
well,
an ape.
Well, worms eat us.
I'm an ape.
You're an ape.
I'm
You're
an
a
ape.
walking
Okay,
ape.
well,
we're
we're
put in the
apes.
soil and then
We're
just-
cosmic. We're cosmically really young in terms of like the
Yeah.
entire universe. So
I just think it's silly to even think of anything like that. You know, you come to me and ask me, "Is there a God?" You're asking someone who was a chimp a million years ago
yeah,
if there's a God. That's a silly thing to ask.
yeah,
That's like asking an ant how a computer works.
Yeah,
It's
they
that
just couldn't
level. It's
comprehend.
even more complex than that
yeah,
because you're asking. At least a computer has a set level of complexity
yeah,
that someone can understand. That something in the universe can understand.
yeah.
If you're asking me how God works, if God does exist, you're asking me how something that exists outside of this universe works, that nothing in this universe can understand. So, like, what's the point in even thinking about it?
No, I totally get you. Look,
Crazy.
I actually think it's somewhat quite ignorant of a lot of religious people to be super dead fast about knowing there's a God. It's like,
It's the same with atheists, though. There's a lot
Yeah.
of Gnostic atheists that I find really arrogant. Like,
about-
how can you go and say there's definitely not a God?
well, it's
We're
well,
chimps.
well, like, there's no evidence, right? We can all agree there's no flat out
No, that's
like
correct.
pointable evidence.
Absolutely.
So it's like the same as saying to me personally, like there could be unicorns out there. It's just like, well, there's been no
be.
evidence so far, but I'm not like 100% like saying, hey, like there's definitely not a horned horse out there somewhere.
Yeah,
Because I can't be everywhere at once.
No.
Nobody can. This is the
you should never go full Dawkins. That's what I'm saying.
full Dawkins. It's like go full retard, but like Dawkins.
Yeah, Dawkins.
See, full Dawkins sound kind of cool to me. Like going full Dawkins, hardcore.
You never go full Dawkins.
Never go full Dawkins.
Never. Never go full Dawkins with the God thing. Because
Really?
no one likes you for that.
No one likes the edgy atheist who's like, oh, fucking
No one
religious
likes
people. Oh my god, I'm so much better than them. I'm so smart.
They always have a lisp.
Always. Oh,
Always.
That's the
They're always
universal
bullied at
atheist
school.
voice. The whole atheist thing. They all drink.
Doritos, Mountain Dew.
Oh, definitely, they're all always
Neck
overweight.
beard.
Always,
Yeah,
exactly.
always.
All
Yeah.
the beard down here.
Yeah.
You're just slowly describing me.
You haven't got a neck beard though.
I shaved it yesterday just for this. Just for this podcast, I shaved my beard.
They don't wash either.
Deleted Reddit off your phone just for the specific day.
You know.
And a 4chan.
God, what was I gonna say? I don't like the whole religious super hardcore fundamentalist stuff.
No, no one
It
likes
scares,
that though.
it scares me
it's
how
freaky.
easily it is to fall into that though. It's like it's not
It's not easy for people like us.
well, I don't know.
This is the thing. These people, they aren't intelligent people. They can't be intelligent people. Because an intelligent person would question it.
Well, you say that, but if you grow up with that sort of indoctrination, you will you can like rationalize to yourself. You could be the smartest person in the world, but then you could believe in Scientology because you've
Those
tricked
people
yourself.
have a lot of problems though. They have a lot of problems in their life.
I'm sure they probably really do. I'm sure like everyone's got problems in their lives.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty serious problems though.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of religious fundamentalists. Like the super hardcore believe every word of them. They're at least like what 10% of the world. Like you've
A
got
lot
the
of them are
entire.
Muslims, to be fair, and
Oh,
they
that's what I'm
haven't progressed
mostly
out of the
talking
Dark
about now,
Ages yet. So
I mean, you don't get many super fundamentalist Christians anymore.
no,
Like they are out there. Don't worry. There are people who will literally think
stoning gays is a good thing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You know what? Getting stoned while being gay, I think that would help if anything. I mean, it's quite painful sex. Not that I would know from experience, just saying. But
I was wondering where you were going with that.
There was this one time.
there was this one at band camp.
I knew that was coming.
No, that joke sounded so much better coming from Frankie Boyle than it did from me. I just, you know what? That's really cool about comedy. You can have the most perfect joke, but if you don't know the timing of it, that's just gonna fall like a fucking lead
Yeah.
balloon.
Yeah, that's part
I
of the
think
talent of comedians.
Frankie
Really.
Boyle was really good at that. I just felt it was because of his accent as well
The accent
Yeah.
helped.
and his demeanor. He just seemed like he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, whatever happened to him, man? He
He
was like
got axed because
He made a joke about Katie.
Yeah, Katie Price's autistic child.
really.
Yeah,
She's
I can't
like
remember.
disabled.
I can't remember what it was.
Is that
exactly.
Harvey?
Yeah.
Harvey,
There was
yeah.
there was this great moment on live TV.
You made a joke about Harvey. He got axed.
No, there was this amazing. Yes, I fucking remember the joke now.
What
He
was
was
it?
like, the joke was about Frankie Ball was like, Harvey's the type of guy that could like he's one who's really he basically mentioned he's like super strong and he could rape you really easily with his
my
super like retard strength. He said something to do
You
with that.
gotta love Todd strength.
Hard
Tard
strength.
I love the phrase Todd strength. It's
not-
such a fantastic
It's a
term.
real thing. I'm
It
telling
is.
you right now.
It is.
I can tell you from experience.
Have you been in the way of-
It's a real thing.
Have
You're
you been-
tiny though as well. They could probably fold you like a tile.
yeah.
No, I'm talking about me. I can actually bring out a bit of Todd strength sometimes.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
You can muster your inner like.
Yeah.
That explains a lot of things, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah. No.
Don't tell my girlfriend.
She knows.
Like inside, I've got lots of tard strength. Believe me. Then you just show off your guns, or for you more like water pistols. But anyway, no. The great thing. I was about to say the great thing about retards. No. The
Is that they're really strong?
yeah.
There's a lot of great
Basically.
things about retards.
Have you been in the way of someone with Down syndrome?
Oh no.
Holy
they're
shit.
tanks. their body types
They're
are
so
just weird.
strong.
They will break you in two. It's, I
Yeah.
don't know why I always look at you when I say break you.
Break you.
All the time looking
You-
at
I
Elliot.
love
Elliot.
the way you say it as
I
well.
will
Break you.
No,
In bed.
it's
Well,
it's
in band camp.
no, it's
At the back of the Catholic Church.
what was I going to say? Yeah, so he got involved in that whole bullshit with the
On the altar.
his daughter. But what was the thing I was going to say about Frankie Boyle? Yeah, he disappeared off the face of the world, and that's just how quick your career can end. I'm sure he's doing something now.
He's
probably got
on
some-
Twitter sometimes.
Yeah, just for the banter.
Yeah.
Um,
Every once in a while, you just see something like moderately offensive pop up.
Yeah.
Like, there he is again.
there he is.
There he is.
Do you imagine what he did? Like, imagine he did the exact same joke today. Like, that was a few years ago, but today he would have genuinely.
would've probably
Someone would
been-
have asked to see if he can take him to court. I'm telling you right
He would
now.
probably
Yeah.
been like lynched or something.
Yeah. Actually, Harvey, Key Price's kid Harvey, he was on live TV once,
Oh.
and this is a great story. Key Price turned to him, and he was like, they were trying to make this whole awareness
seen
thing.
it.
Oh,
And
It's brilliant.
So Kate Price went to him, Harvey, if someone says anything bad about you, what do you say? And he just looks at her with this incredibly earnest face with his crossed eyes, and just says, "Fuck off, you cunt." And I was just wanted, and they all, and she had to be like, "Oh shit, this is live TV." So it's like, "No, we don't say that, Harvey. I don't teach you that thing." It's just like, "Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do."
Yes,
What
you
was
do.
she planning for him to say? I mean, she's obviously told him, like, before we go on.
it's like, what was she expecting?
Yeah.
It's like she asked him, "What do I tell you to tell people who call you names?" And he's just like, "Oh, he's gonna tell the truth." I mean, God,
It's like a lot of people with mental issues like that.
Yeah.
They're just spur of the moment kind of thing. You can't tell what they're gonna say.
yeah, I don't think you should
And
even.
trying to plan with someone like that is clearly not the best idea.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I felt bad for her there. Look, she obviously is caring for like a really badly sick kid, and
She does quite well from actually. Like, I wouldn't expect someone like her to be able to deal with a kid like that.
yeah, well, she is a millionaire. Like, she is like well rich, and you know what? We can say all the shit in the world, like, oh, how untalented she is. Oh, she's
In and
a
out
fucking
of
retard.
relationships and marriages and that.
Yeah, but you know,
Peter
she does
Andre.
care for a kid. Though.
But you know,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. And at the end of the day, she's in a huge bed with like, you know, a 50-inch TV with millions in the fucking bank doing whatever the hell she wants. I love the way money's the great equalizer of people. Just like you can do whatever the hell you want, but as long as you're getting paid for it, who's to fucking say that you're not like doing well for yourself?
Apart from when it comes to sex, you can't pay for sex.
Oh well,
know.
well, if you put a camera in the room, yes, you can.
I
Yeah.
wonder who's behind this.
It's genuinely it's that like we have these really fucking crazy rules like prostitution one that you just mentioned, which are just I look
Ridiculous.
sex workers to me is no different from like camming, because what is camming is just getting your tits out for people's
Yeah.
sexual pleasures. It's
Same
just the
thing.
natural next step of camming, and everyone's okay. I wouldn't even judge a girl for camming. Like,
No.
probably say a couple of jokes like just for the banter, but you know,
I don't think I'd date a girl who did that.
yeah,
But I
'cause-
wouldn't judge them.
I would never want like my brother to be like, you know, on the internet and then seeing my girlfriend, you know, making her hard days living. That would be kind of awkward.
Yeah, I mean, also it's like I kind of when I'm in a relationship, I want the person I'm with to be
Solely for
exclusive
you.
to me. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I want to be the only person to see them titties. You know,
Yeah.
like,
So I'm guessing you're like, I'm guessing if you wouldn't date someone like that, is there a number in your head that a girl can reasonably have sex with before you're like, no, I don't want any part of that? Like, we talk about how many numbers people have
it
sex with.
depends.
It depends.
It
Or
depends.
like before you get in a
Well,
relationship.
yeah. Like, say if a girl had sex with 50 men beforehand, most
Yeah.
guys would be like, 50 men? One of them's bound to have, like, a penis the size of my arm. I mean, like, Jesus, you know.
That's not even pleasurable anymore.
Well, you're not doing it right if it's not pleasure, man. Okay, just you gotta learn how to work it, okay? So is there a number in your head of, like, how many you can get with before it's, like...
Well, It depends whether it's in a loving relationship or not. I just knocked the mic. I'm silly.
I've been accidentally touching this mic and
Yeah.
messing with the wires, and I feel
Pop.
really bad about
I
it.
just
Pop.
rub my nose on it sometimes. I don't know why, just to see how far away I am from it. Because my levels are always really low. So I'm just like, just rub my nose on it.
Yeah, but I kind of have a problem with one night stands, especially because it's taking what I view to be an intimate thing
Yeah.
and just completely casualising it. It's like, okay, so if you fuck me, does it actually mean anything, or is it like me
It
fucking
means
a
you have
prostitute?
sex. It means you get like, you know.
You know?
Well, for me it would mean I would get an R2 of sexual pleasure. For you, it's probably like, you know, the episode of Scrubs. But joking, of course. But anyway, no, I'm okay with one night stands. I believe if two consenting adults are like, yo.
Well, yeah, other people can do it. That's none of my
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, but, you
um,
personally, it's just you
wouldn't
lose
personally
something.
do it. That's
You
But
lose intimacy.
this
you
is only
lose-
recently I've realised this.
Really?
Like, I don't. Like, it's just not for me. You know, there's something intimate about sex that I kind of want.
Yeah, I get you. No,
You know,
that's-
so yeah, I'm not into that anymore.
what I sort of view is there's a difference between having sex and, you know, making love. There's a real difference
that's
with that.
such a girly thing to say,
I mean,
Elliot.
You're such a faggot.
You can say
Do
that,
you
yeah,
go to
but
your
honestly,
girlfriend and
there's
say,
a,
"Hey,
there's
let's
a
make
difference
love"?
between going out and like just finding someone to plow and being with someone you actually give a shit about.
Yeah, of course.
There
of
is.
course, yeah.
I kind of view fucking and in your words making love
Making
to be
love.
similar things.
love.
Though. You know.
I'm probably not using the right term for that
No,
without seeming
definitely.
like a massive, you know.
No, it's I don't know. Look, I'm completely fine with one night stands. I've had a few of them myself. Brag, humble
Brag.
hashtag.
Humble brag.
Yeah. No, but I find them like I find them the best way to get a confidence boost. You know, if you go out there and
Yeah.
I don't tie my confidence to sexual achievement.
I'm sure the girls
No.
listening to this love you. You know,
Yeah.
I'm only in it for the objectivity.
Oh no! Look, they're getting as much as I'm getting out of this. Okay, this is like that's a
Well,
great
they told you that.
You please them
Oh,
that
don't
much,
say-
do you?
just she
They
starts
said
like,
that.
counting the minutes.
They said that.
What? No. Anyway,
30 seconds isn't enough for most women.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's double my record. No,
One for us. Fuck. God damn it.
oh, was that good for you? No, look, I understand what you guys are saying, and I think it's just it's one of those things for me where it's like I can't committing to someone full out to get to the point of making love takes months upon months to get there.
Then you're going out with the wrong women.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
well, my history would say you're right. Yes, I do go out with the wrong women. Well, look at Elliot over there in love with his girl, Dick.
Yeah, by the way,
I've had hatred before. It's completely fine.
um,
It does take time to find someone. You just got to file through some shit.
you
Yeah.
sound like my mum right now. Jesus Christ.
Have you eaten your vegetables today, Kieran?
Look, now that sounds nothing like my mum. Take one
Okay.
look at me for fuck's sake.
have you been to church today, Kieran?
Yes, mum. My mum. I openly tell my mum I'm an atheist, and she
She backhands you.
no, she's Irish. She's allowed to do that by law.
Well,
But she called me up this Good Friday, and even though I've been an atheist for God knows how long, she still calls me up and is like, "Kieran, you best not be eating no meat. I swear to God, I get you home and I find out you've been eating meat while I'm in Luton, while there's an entire sea apart from us." She was
Yeah.
like,
At least
"You
the meat
best not
here's
eat meat."
halal. At least you got that.
Do you guys know where to fucking find a place that isn't halal in Luton?
No.
It's
Nope.
almost impossible.
Is there?
There is one. There is one. It's I think it's next to Pizza Chicken Time, way like beside our university. But yeah, I'm really against halal meat. Like you know, if you just have to look,
The idea of it.
the idea of like hanging an animal upside down, slitting its throat, and watching it slowly. I'm no vegetarian. Let's just get that right.
I don't really care about the animal.
Do you not care about
No.
it? Do you not think there should be a
Should
level?
have evolved. Should have evolved quicker. Should have run quicker.
We got here.
We got
Top
here.
of the food chain.
We don't eat dolphins much.
It's mostly cows though that they do it with. So as you said,
Well,
cows are
look,
stupid.
Look, cows don't feel pain, so they can go fuck themselves. You know. Like, same with chickens as well.
Yeah.
Like they're so stupid. I just
Chop
don't
the head
care.
off a chicken and it just runs around like
Do you-
nothing's happened.
Yeah.
Do you want to feed a cow or do you want to eat a steak? Of
Feed a
course
cow
you
a
would
steak.
I'd
Feed
eat
a
the
cow
steak.
Have you ever seen birds eat KFC outside KFCs? They're fucking. It's just an amazing thought in my head that they're literally cannibalizing their own people.
That's how stupid they are. Though.
Well, they
I
don't. They don't personally know the concept of a finger licking good chicken. But anyway, they don't normally see birds with fried skin and breadcrumbs around them. Anyway, I'm no vegetarian or anything like that. But I want animals to die in a humane way. I think that's like at our very least that should be the least we should give up to them, right? You're looking at me like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
I
fuck up,
mean,
you pussy."
yeah, I mean, some of them.
You almost seem like really annoyed that they had a good life. Like, oh, great. I'm just saying, kill them quicker.
These fucking vegans and vegetarians who are about as intelligent as the animals they're protecting. They go on about the cow stuff. How do they know?
Did they ask it? Did they ask the cow?
Did they do a brain scan?
You know what? The cows are... Well, there is some really terrible conditions where they're, like, locked up into, like, a small square space.
But do they care? Do they have the intelligence to really care?
Well, I'm sure if they could choose, they would choose the field rather than,
They would have probably been born into that, though. Like, you get the chicken
Yeah.
egg, it hatches, they throw it in, like, a cage for, like, a year.
So do you think it's so mentally fucked that it cannot even comprehend suffering? It's just its life.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's been...
It's
I
so
mean, when you look
stupid
at,
as
like,
well.
chickens in cages, they've been in there since birth. They don't know there's a world out there with, like, flowers and grass and shit.
Oh, come on, maybe I'm just being a pussy about it.
I think. Look, if we're gonna compromise, have the conditions as they are, but take them out before they die, just so they can see everything.
Just for 1 second, so
Yeah.
their last day is a happy day.
A happy day. Then you just lop their head off.
Just
You lock it in a cage, then you open the window a little bit, and then you shoot in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh, that's nice. Oh.
They'll literally have like a guillotine outside a window, so when they stick their head out, it's like this beautiful freedom, and then someone behind them just like.
Fresh air for once. Nah.
Oh no, guys! I feel like we as humans, okay, we've dominated the animal world. Okay, we've farmed it, we've made it super efficient. We kill millions of them.
We won.
We won, but what other tests were there? What other animals, like tigers? Would they be the nearest fucking competitors?
They should have learnt to make a gun.
Like, here,
What, I mean,
we were
dolphins?
beating tigers way before we got guns. We had like spears and shit.
Well, they should have learnt to use spears then.
Well, they
Simple
don't
as
have
that.
opposable thumbs.
That's their problem.
That's their problem. Yeah.
I like that. I like this view of that. Just like, well, fuck you, you didn't evolve fast enough.
Well, if you look at all the animals, like chickens are just at the bottom. They're not very good
technically
animals, are they?
technically worms are at the bottom because the chickens eat them. So
But
Are you
worms,
talking about-
worms can get away from us though.
Yeah.
So
If you
you're-
cut a worm in half, there's 2 worms.
there's 2
Who's
worms.
the
No,
real,
no,
who's
no,
the real winner here?
Yeah.
No. If you cut a worm in half, you get a dead worm. That's a myth that they turn into 2 living beings. It doesn't have like 2 brains at the end of each
I
part.
never said it had a brain. I just said it could live.
Yeah.
Don't try it. You're just killing random worms. you
You psychopath.
yeah, fucking crazy
It's
masochist.
fine. It reminds me of when I was really young in my nan's garden, and she used to just cut slugs in half with scissors in front of me.
With scissors.
Yeah.
She's
So
openly
just
trying
to stop her destroying the garden, she just cut them in half with scissors.
So she let you watch this as well. Just like
I was
will...
just there. She was just like, I was like, Nan, there's a slug here. She was like, all right, let me get at it, and just like snipped it in half, right in front of me.
And you grew up well
Are
adjusted,
you okay?
right?
No,
Do you want to cry about this? Do you want to hold each other for a little while?
I just generally
You
don't
two
like
can
slug-
hold each other.
I don't like
going to
slugs
get
and
involved,
snails
right?
now. I can never go to France without getting like severe PTSD or something.
Just like all these slugs. I guess it's all about culture. Like in Japan, it might be Japan. They eat dogs,
It's
and to me,
China, innit?
Dogs.
and to me, dogs are like their consciousness is at a whole other level. We have developed, we have domesticated them to such a level.
I'm not for eating dogs.
Okay,
No.
so you're drawing an arbitrary line, right? Because pigs are smarter than dogs, right? That's like a scientific fact. Pigs are smarter and can
Are
learn
they
more.
smarter than dogs?
I know they're highly intelligent. I don't think a pig will ever like help a policeman catch someone or like drug sniffers.
Exactly.
They can
So-
sniff truffles out. That's about it.
Yeah. Hey, who knows? There could be pigs.
Yeah, then
that
they
can do
fucking eat them. So, what use is that? You know?
self-reliant pig. You know.
Okay, maybe give the pigs some better conditions because they might be able to. They might know, right?
Are you more concerned about like the consciousness level?
Yeah,
of the
because
animal?
I honestly don't think the chicken cares where it is because it's that stupid. Its brain's like that small.
A pea, yeah.
It's a pea. It can't comprehend where it is.
You say that, but spiders, okay, spiders have got the brains the size of a grain of salt, like literally that small. But it can make these incredibly cool structures.
That's all it can do, though.
I'm
It's
sure.
sort of like a hunting mechanism, though, isn't it? Because the fly goes onto it and then it's stuck.
Well, they have to design it. They have to find the right spatial place for flies to come in and out. I mean, they're tactical about that shit. You'll never see a web on the ground because they always do it up in the air. That's where
Sometimes
the
you
flies...
do when it's like wet.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but also you only see the webs that are successful.
yeah, I'm sure
All
there's
the others got fucked up because you see the spiders coming down from the ceiling and they realise, oh, this is too high.
Yeah.
We've really fucked up here, and then they die. So it's
Then
kind of
they
luck
die.
there.
They get stuck in the bath.
Then they get stuck in the bath. They get stuck in the shower and the sink. They go into silly places. They get stepped on. When you look over them, they don't move. It's like
Y'all have no love for animals. Can't believe this. This is terrible.
I like animals, but I like intelligent animals.
Like dogs are like I've always lived with dogs.
Dogs are
And
great.
Dogs are amazing, man. Dogs are incredible.
Dogs are just slightly below humans for me.
Yeah. I believe
chickens
actually,
are down here.
Yeah, way
dogs
down
are
here.
here. Humans are here.
Yeah, well,
Don't mistreat a dog ever.
yeah,
Dogs are great.
No, dogs have been proven to lower stress,
Yeah,
help immunity, all sorts of really incredible benefits.
they're really intelligent. They are
Yeah,
really intelligent
Beyond
animals.
intelligent. So look, think about this, okay? There's over 10 million people unemployed in Britain right now. Dogs have jobs, right?
Yeah.
Dogs have learned how to do jobs. Okay, they help policemen. They do security. They're rescue dogs. It's just a huge. They're just huge, immensely important creatures. And in China, they just go ahead and eat them. So it's like a cultural thing. They don't see them as any. They see them the same way you would see a chicken. Like they're just ours to do whatever the hell.
Yeah,
we
but the
want.
Chinese are communists, so they don't have any scientific basis to
They
their
don't
thought.
have a soul.
They don't have a soul, no.
So that's okay for them to be do all that sort of crazy stuff.
But look, they don't realise that dogs are intelligent because they're a bit backward. We do. We
You
also all realise that chickens are dumb.
yes.
So I don't care about the chicken and where it lives. I do care about the dog because it's intelligent and it can recognise where it lives and it's conscious of
It can
everything that's
suffer,
going
it
on
can-
around
yeah,
it.
yeah. And it's also the potential a dog has. I mean, dogs can genuinely be a huge help to elderly people, a huge help
Yeah.
to anyone. As I just said, they have shit tons of jobs.
Dogs are great.
Dogs are fucking awesome. Yeah, the Chinese just see them as on the same level as chickens as you do, and I really want to get into this. I know you're well, they don't have any morals or any sort of their.
Can we get into this after the break because I really need to piss. So
That's the best way to fucking go to a break. Yeah, I need a piss.
and I need to make sure the recording is okay. So
All good. Okay, I'll see you soon.
we're back. Say hello again, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. What was it you wanted to get into before the break?
See, I just recently saw a debate on veganism, and they actually raised some pretty good points about why there's absolutely no reason why anyone should be a meat eater. I'm a meat eater because I like meat. That's actually just my flat out. We're top of the food chain. We earned that, right?
Yeah.
But they were saying that's not a proper argument for it. That's just I'm stubborn. I don't want to try other food. And I used to think vegans had to plan their meals out, and they had to get certain supplements. I don't know. I'm not a fucking nutritionist, so I'm not going to go into that shit. But yes, they talked about there's no real moral reason for being A carnivore. Is the mic working? Oh, okay.
Because it wasn't quite picking. What?
Okay, so I was just wondering, like, would you ever consider going vegan?
No.
Never.
No. Because
what if food meat? What if like fake meat got so good it was impossible to tell the difference?
Well, then how would you know that you're not eating meat or not?
Well, then I don't care. You know.
So it's just.
But I don't think that's vegan.
Or yeah, well, vegetarian at least then. Vegetarian.
But it's still protein, so it's still meat.
If it had roughly the nutrient value, and it tastes basically the exact same, you would go vegetarian, right?
But it's not vegetarian because it's made out of protein. Still, it's the animal proteins grown in a lab.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's just that no one's been killed for it.
Yeah.
Nothing's been killed.
So you'd be fine with that shit then.
I'll be fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would go there.
But at the moment, the only way we can do it is by killing animals. So that's what we got to do.
What if I told you there was other ways of getting the same amount of proteins, like the same sort of nutritional values, like in other foods that aren't meat? Because I'm sure there is stuff out there which can get you like nuts are an incredibly source of protein, right?
You have to eat a lot of them, like a lot of them.
Okay.
Meat's just
good to eat.
Meat's just the easiest thing.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
To get nutritional value from. And look, I'm a human. My ancestors became more intelligent by eating meat, not nuts. They didn't eat enough. It was meat that they ate.
We were hunter-gatherers.
We were hunter-gatherers, mainly hunters.
Yeah, well, the men were mainly hunters. The women were more the
gatherers,
they would find the the berries.
Yeah. But I kind of think it's my right as a human to eat meat because
I think it's a right. Like you have a right to
not like an unalienable right.
Oh yeah. Of course,
like,
yeah.
But
I understand we're playing.
I feel like we've earned that. We've earned the prize, which is eating meat. And look, if it was unnatural, which I've heard some vegans claim, then why do tigers do it? Why do lions do it? Why do all carnivores do it? Why don't they just switch to nuts?
If it was unnatural, we would be getting sick from eating meat. Yeah. We know we can digest meat, therefore we can it's a potential food source. And since we, way back in the day, potential food sources could be really hard to come by. I completely understand you that it was necessary for us to eat meat. It's just the I don't know. It's just it was a really good conversation because I was always thinking to myself, if there was another alternative where nothing had to suffer or bleed or any of that sort of stuff, I would take that. If there was a genuine tasty alternative that didn't cost like an arm and a leg right now. I mean, free range hens and stuff like that, they're incredibly expensive to buy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why that hasn't caught on yet. But I do believe that that'll probably be the future. We'll probably grow meat which is like way too good or fake meat, which is too good to like tell the difference between real meat from.
The reason I'm in favour of that is because it's going to reduce pollution by a whole ton.
Yeah,
and
cows' asses are like destroying the ozone layer.
And because it's more economically beneficial.
Yeah.
It's not because of the animal suffering.
Oh, so you're just taking a purely logical standpoint.
Well, yeah, because the whole animal suffering point isn't a logical way to look at it. It's purely emotional. Look, if an animal's going to die, it's going to suffer a little bit.
Yeah.
And animals have to suffer for us to have meat.
Yeah.
I don't see a reasonable argument.
You just think it's like a necessary evil.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay. No, I understand your viewpoint.
And the animals aren't, for the most part, even intelligent enough to comprehend it.
Yeah.
So, the example I was using with the chicken. The chicken isn't intelligent enough to understand it's in a shithole because its brain is the size of a pea.
Yeah.
It produces. It just does what comes naturally to it.
Yeah. It's all instinct. It's all. Yeah, I get you. There.
Like a spider, it makes a web and that's it. It doesn't think about making a web. It doesn't think I'm going to make a nice web today. It just does it. It doesn't have a consciousness like we do. Chicken doesn't have a consciousness like we do. It's not capable of comprehending its surroundings. So I don't care that it's in a bad place. If it affects the health of the animal, that's where I could see an argument for improving the conditions, because that affects the quality of the meat.
That would affect us.
That might affect us, and that's really irresponsible of the companies running the farms.
Yeah, certain companies, like certain farmers, like pump shit tons of chemicals into chickens to artificially make them bigger, just so there's more meat so they can sell it for more.
Well, yeah, and that if it does affect us, which we don't know yet, because it's only been happening in the past 20 years.
Yeah, it could have some serious
20, 30
long-term
years.
effects. Yeah.
If we know, if it starts causing long-term effects, then stop that, obviously. But another thing is, this is how completely unrealistic vegans are, right? Chickens have been bred to feed us. If we release them all out into the wild, they'd die.
Oh yeah, undoubtedly. Like cows can't be free.
Yeah,
Like they would
they're
swarm.
useless.
They would,
They're useless animals.
yeah, not only that, they would have a huge environmental impact as
Yeah.
well. We've sort of put ourselves into a corner where we're so used to this lifestyle. This world can't comprehend any other sort of form of living because
No.
we've made it efficient.
The wild chicken and the domesticated chicken are two different animals.
Yeah.
DNA-wise, they are different animals.
I've never seen a wild chicken before.
They're not friendly animals. They'll attack you. You know, they're
Got sharp beaks getting to you.
sharp beaks, sharp claws. That they don't have meat. They're a bird. They're a wild bird. You seen a wild bird? Would you eat that? No, because there's no meat on it.
Yeah.
Same with chickens. They don't look like the chickens on the farms.
Really?
They're wild.
Okay.
They're
Crazy. Never knew. I
They look
never
a
knew there
lot
was
more like rugged as well,
Yeah.
don't they?
Never knew there was
They've got
different
like
forms of chicken.
darker
They,
feathers.
they die earlier as well because they get eaten by foxes. You know, that's another thing. We'd be torturing the chickens much more. Let's say they can comprehend pain, right, which they can't. But
Okay.
even in a hypothetical world, let's say they can. We let them all free, so foxes eat them all. Do you know how awful they are to the chickens? They tear them apart.
Yeah,
They literally torture them to death.
Another thing with the foxes is because there's so much meat on offer, that means the population will probably explode.
Yeah,
And
that'd be terrible.
Yeah, there'll be environmental impacts, and then
So we'll have to
probably
hunt
be-
them. We'll have to make them suffer instead.
Yeah, I get you. I get you that we can't introduce like a crazy new overpopulated species into the
Yeah.
wild. That's like a ridiculous concept, and I understand that. I don't know, man. It's just one of those personal things. I just hope in the future my food doesn't have to be because something else, even if it isn't super conscious of its aware of its surroundings, died.
Okay.
So I just think that's one of those cool things. Science is fucking amazing, though. It's
Yeah.
like we're going in all these fucking crazy directions. I want to ask you a question, Elliot. Do you think we will go to Mars in our lifetime?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, that was your turn.
Well, I think yes, actually, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I
We've
got-
already made great developments into space travel already.
Yeah, we sent satellites and shit like there. But
There's already the Mars rover and everything. It's just a case of getting people there.
I was hearing Stephen Fry talk about it, and he said the furthest we've got like a human has been the moon, right? So he says for
Or was the moon landing fake?
Oh,
well, we don't know.
here
that.
we go.
The moon landing was fake.
I love
They used chemtrails.
to hide it, make people dumb. No,
I was a governor.
I have authority. Listen to me. No, the like moon landing, like the moon landing is relatively like quite close to us. So the first human being has ever been to the moon. That's like me traveling to France, and the moon is literally my back garden. There's a shit ton of way to go, and we'll probably need. It's like a 3-year travel, right?
To Mars.
2 months,
Ye-
3 years of someone's life, for 3-ish years, okay?
Then
That's
they've got to
6
get back as
years
well.
there and back. That's like,
we've got technology to go there now.
we've
It's
got
just-
technology to send droids there.
Yeah, well, to probably put people there. It's just in prototype development. It isn't finalised yet. It's expensive, very, very expensive.
What's the benefit of there, though? Well, what is the benefit of us going to Mars rather than just
We've got a backup plan.
We got a backup plan in case we really do fuck
Yeah.
the Earth.
Also, another thing we need to develop is colonies that we can set up on other planets.
Do you not think the moon would be like if we like? I know this is a really silly thing to say, but Futurama dealt with this really well, like the TV show. They do these huge domes on the moon, so it's like they make an artificial atmosphere in this unlivable space. And I think that could possibly be. I think a moon would be a great fucking way to colonize it. I mean, it would still hang upon the world. It would still go around the world's axis, and nothing would like change.
It'd be close enough to the Earth, wouldn't it? You wouldn't have to spend 3 or so years going to Mars. To test something that you wouldn't know if it would work.
It's probably more difficult to do on the moon because the moon doesn't have an atmosphere. Well, it does, but it's very, very thin. Yeah. It barely has an atmosphere, so it lets a lot of radiation in. It's very cold at night and very hot in the day. You know, night, day.
Yeah.
Whereas Mars has a carbon dioxide and methane atmosphere with some oxygen. So you've already got a starting point.
This is the history lesson with Dan. Okay. Yeah. Or not history, fucking science.
Astrology.
Also, the temperatures there are fairly consistent. It goes from like minus 60 to 30, I think, at very most.
I think
so.
That's close. Mars was the closest one to our own.
Yeah,
Earth,
it's pretty similar to Earth, but it doesn't have oxygen. Right?
Really cold, like freezing. It's further away from the sun.
Yeah, it's in the minus, but it's not. But the moon's like minus, 200 at night.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like these huge domes would be like regulated and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's easy. It's just easier to put it on Mars.
You think so?
There's less issues there. But the moon, going from night to day.
Yeah.
You're going from regulating the temperature of the dome from minus 200 to room temperature to as soon as it crosses that divide where the sun's shining on it to cooling it down from plus 150.
Jeez.
I don't know if that's exact temperatures, but the sun's going directly onto it.
Yeah, there's no like.
It's being radiated and there's not a lot of. It'd take more to make a dome that could actually withstand that. Whereas Mars is further away from the sun, so there's less radiation. The temperatures are consistent. Most of the radiation's filtered out anyway.
How fucking cool is it that we can genuinely have these conversations and they're not to be science fiction? These are possibilities.
Well, it's going to
right?
happen. You
believe 100% it's going to happen. Yeah.
I think it will.
Do you imagine
It'll definitely happen.
Do you imagine the leap there has been in the last 20 years? Not even the last 100. I'm talking about the last 20 years we have in all our technology.
Since we've been alive, essentially.
It's ridiculously huge, like, the amount of shit that's happened in such a short space of time and how far we were. Like, the internet was still a foreign concept 20 years ago. It was still, like, not everyone had a computer, not everyone had a mobile device. That was still, like, now we're attached to them. They're, like, part of our life. We have integrated them into, like, every aspect.
We can't do anything without them,
yeah, basically. Like, we get a super panic whenever we think we've lost our phones. It's just a little black box. If we really just take that, it's just a little black box of a couple of accounts online. But, it's crazy how far
But it's also a window into all the knowledge that humanity's ever collected.
And what do we do but look up cat videos on YouTube?
Cat videos,
yeah. I really do think we're standing on the precipice of something really huge in terms of technology.
Well, it could also be the apocalypse.
Well, that's the other side of the coin. We could also,
we could just ruin it all, which I don't think we will, because the amount of times that humanity has been that close to extinction, we've just survived it.
From the Black Plague to all sorts of other stuff.
From the time that on two Russian and 2 US submarines in the Cold War at different times, the submarine lost contact with the rest of the world, and on the instruction they were supposed to fire nuclear missiles. That would have started World War III. But each time, one person that wasn't the commander, or one time it was commander of the submarine, stopped the launch. They just stopped it for some reason. If one person hadn't have just pressed that button, we wouldn't be sitting here today.
Imagine pressing that button, no. Imagine having that much power put upon you.
Yeah.
Obviously, you would be making the decision, the president or whoever. Sorry, I told you.
Still, you're the one that actually does it, though.
Yeah, you're the one who has to actually say to yourself, when I press this button, X number of people will die in probably one of the most. It'll probably quick, but for a couple of seconds you'll remain alive from the radiation and like the burning sensation. I'm not talking about people who are in the immediate impact zone. I'm talking about the ones who are further out from the nukes. The ones that
will suffer from it.
They're going to suffer for generations. Their children will be poisoned. Their children's children will be poisoned if they can have children.
Imagine being that human being who has to say, my name. Nobody will remember my name because these people are obviously, they have their identities concealed. But no one will remember my name, but I will impact history in such a way that the world will never be the same.
That's a bit of a terrifying thought, though. Just thinking about like me having that much power to just alter history as we know it, essentially. It's just it's a massive concept.
Imagine being the guy that says, no, we're going to stop this launch. We're not launching this.
Yeah, well, I think I would have to, just because I would
You'd feel like
following
a hero,
orders,
wouldn't you?
really.
I saved humanity.
More or less, the guy who, like, the story you just described with one guy being like, yes, protocol says I have to press this button, but at the same time, fuck starting World War III.
Yeah.
That's, like, I hope...
It happened on multiple occasions as well.
Really? So
it was with the Soviet Union and US.
Oh, so both sides are like...
Both sides, they lost contact. And they were going to do it, but they didn't for some reason,
Oh, man, it's fucking crazy. No, I believe, probably the number one reason why the world will end will probably be, like, one of the Kim dynasties actually developing a nuke. They failed drastically so far. But if they ever get it, okay, you've got a full-on proper dictatorship there. And, like, North Korea, and, do you not consider them a threat?
Nah.
No?
No. I mean, everyone hates them.
Of course, they're just evil,
even China hate them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know why they said Kim Jong-un has said he's going to talk with Donald Trump? It's obviously because China have said, if you don't do this, we're just going to invade. Like, we're done.
Part of me just wish there was, like, a war. Like, right now would be the best possible time China could have the war, because they would wipe the floor of North Korea. It would be quick.
Well, the US would join in as well. The US.
Oh, yeah,
it'd be a really good team-building exercise,
just
wouldn't
like,
it? Between the US, Russia, and China.
Just the whole UN just get involved in this and just beat up this one.
Well, it would. They fucking hate North Korea because they're awful. Because Kim Jong-un's an awful human being.
The whole Kim dynasty is filled with awful, narcissistic human beings, and the amount of shit that, like, if in North Korea, if you speak out against the Kim dynasty, not only do you get put in prison for life...
Yeah, it's your children, it's your family.
Yeah, it fucking rolls over. It's just like, how evil do you have to be like, not only will you suffer for your actions, but everyone who has been close to you. Your
like,
grandchildren.
haven't even been born yet.
They're just a concept in someone's fucking head. It's crazy.
They're just born and they're like, oh, thanks, Granddad.
Yeah, fuck. I would have been a great fan of the Kim dynasty. No, fuck that, man. I genuinely want, if there was ever a war that I think should happen, I think there should be a quick, swift one in North Korea. Just
if ever I could justify someone being nuked.
No,
maybe
I'm not saying
nuke on them,
I hope you didn't think I was saying, like, let's nuke them and make the whole entire land a wasteland.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Overthrow them, sort of, because there's gonna be people in there that don't agree with it, but haven't spoken out because they'll just get killed, wouldn't they?
I believe a real democracy is better than any sort of dictatorship, even though how well that dictatorship might be run.
If you give people the chance to just choose a side, that's a lot better than just having someone saying, "All right, it's me."
It's
in my own opinion.
I genuinely think he is chosen. Like he has this royal blood. He is like this.
Doesn't he like have elections kind of?
Oh yeah,
it's just him.
You have to go into this place. You have to vote. By the way, they've got like a 100% vote record.
Across the entire country.
The entire country.
Guess who they vote for?
Every year.
You get two choices, Kim Jong-un or Kim Jong-un.
No, Kim Jong-un or death, because you don't even get to go into a booth and like write this down. You have to write it down in front of an informer. And if you write down there only is one name on it, but if you even spoil your ballot by, crossing out his name or writing someone new underneath him, they take you away and you're not heard of. Genuinely,
you're going to the gulag. You're going to the Korean gulag.
Yeah, you're fucked. It's as simple as that.
They've got concentration camps.
Yeah. They're evil people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know, there's only 12 haircuts you're allowed to have as a man. And Kim Jong Un, or is it Kim Jong Un or Kim Jong Il?
No,
What's
it's
his-
Un.
It's currently
Un. Okay, so Kim Jong Un doesn't have one of those, like, you know, state-appointed haircuts. I think that's kind of funny that he had to be different. Like, in the entire, his haircut's terrible.
It
kinda
looks like his mum did it, to be honest.
He looks like one of those, if you get a gummy bear and just squeeze it down, kind of looks like him. Seriously, he's really funny. Oh no, anywhere that needs a proper fucking go at them, just get it over with.
Apparently, like a defector said, like his generals want to overthrow him and shit. Like it's not going well for him right now.
Well, it's hard to get that sort of information out because I would hope that's true.
Yeah.
I would hope there is, like, you know, underlined hatred for him. But God knows, it's just he's got so much power. He is literally the most powerful man in the world. Just by definition of he has got these, like, I know
world?
Donald Trump. Well, think about it. Who is the most powerful man in the world? Like, I know
He literally,
the number one.
Influences the thoughts of his entire country that he
See,
basically owns.
Yeah, I see America, like, just at Vietnam, like, Vietnam War, most Americans disagree with that, and then a lot of them didn't get drafted or refused to go to war for them. Hell, Muhammad Ali was a really famous one of them. What was I going to say? Yeah, the most powerful man in the world, okay? The one who has the most die-hard followers. The person who has, like, unlimited, he can do literally almost anything he wants on a global scale. Kim Jong-un, right?
He can literally just get anyone to do whatever they want, or they're gone.
He has his pick of, like, Donald Trump. He can't, like, go outside and say, I want X amount of people dead for literally no reason.
Yeah, but he can't influence people outside his country, of his own country.
He can't deliberately influence people inside his own country. He can't go to people in his own country and be like, hey, you have to give me 10 sit-ups by order of the President of the United States. That's not how it works. They have rights. Whereas Kim Jong-un literally has that power.
But it's only in his own country, and he doesn't have that much in his country. You know, it's difficult, isn't it? Because the most powerful in the world. You could say Bill Gates is the most powerful in the world.
Because he's the richest. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's an argument you can say there. Or you can say who has the biggest army.
You could say Rupert Murdoch is the most powerful man in the world because he owns a third of the media.
Yeah. No, I completely understand with you. It's just on the scale of sheer being able to make people do whatever the hell you want to do. There is no one in my head that compares to that sort of power. And by the way, he's loved in his country. There are millions of North Koreans who genuinely buy into the lie because it's like propaganda. It's like fed into their heads really well. So, you know, they
be like all the children just growing up knowing that you have to love them, and they're like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's
when they don't know anything other than, you know, loving him.
It's indoctrination 101. It's simply how it works. And I don't know, who would you say is the most powerful man in the world? What standards are you going by?
I don't think you could say one. Because a lot of people have a lot of different influences.
Is there an organization?
The Pope's there.
Like, I'm not saying, like, tell me about the Illuminati. I'm saying more like...
Tell me about the Illuminati.
Oh, I would love to have a genuine, like, talk with someone like Alex Jones. Someone who, like, genuinely...
Jesse Ventura's better.
Oh, man.
He's crazy, isn't he?
No, Alex Jones will literally... He'll go full-on skits at you. He does it all the time, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
like he currently went through like a whole pile of bullshit with his wife, or ex-wife, should I say, about his kids. And Alex Jones had to say he was a performance actor. And in my head, it was like, oh, well, of course he's a performance actor. Then I thought to myself, no, he lives that performance.
Yeah.
You can't live like that sort of life. You can't be always on.
No way. No.
You can't method act your way out of everything. And you know, Alex Jones is fucking great in that sort of respect. I love the man. I think he's hilarious. I wouldn't trust him to give me my news, but he's hilarious. And oh god, I feel really bad for him right now with his kids, because that's when shit gets serious. Because I never think he's like a bad guy. I don't think he would genuinely like actually hit a woman or any shit like that, right?
What, is there like abuse allegations against
him?
No, it's more of his mental state is like, oh, he's crazy, and it's just like, I'm sure he's different from when he goes home. Like, I'm sure he's not like constantly talking down about
chemtrails.
Go up. they're putting chemicals in the water to make the frogs gay. That's fucking amazing. I love him so much. He's now became a complete meme lord, by the way.
Yeah.
He's like, seriously, he knows about memes. He's caught on to the memes, and he's actually trying to like.
I saw a video where it was like it was just him talking about the memes. The memes.
The meme teams.
The Expendables.
Yeah,
what was it? The Deplorables?
The Deplorables.
Yeah, Deplorables.
The one with
Who is that? That's what?
the one with Trump and Pepe on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Hillary Clinton like lost his shit. There's this golden rule of politics.
She lost the election by saying deplorables.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That lost her the election.
Because anyone who was semi-considering going Trump, who was more Hillary, and she was just like, if you even believe that he's a viable candidate, you are literally deplorable. Now, deplorable means unredeemable, like evil.
Yeah.
Now, that's like an over-the-top assertion, if I've ever seen one.
That's a typical SJW thing to say.
Yeah, no,
and she lost the election by saying that.
Well, there's lots of reasons.
Cunt.
She had it in the bag. She was predicted a 99% chance of victory. And she still lost.
Flopped it there.
Flopped it right there. And, oh, God.
It's the power of cartoon frogs.
I thought Macron could have lost by saying that Le Pen voters are the problem with France. I thought that could have just ended it for him.
But you know what? Right there, you have to realise that 30% of France voted for Le Pen,
yeah,
okay?
Voted for the National Front ahead of Macron.
Yeah, no, genuinely consider that. Like, nationalism and, like, the fears of multiculturalism. I don't even like calling it multiculturalism anymore, because multiculturalism does have benefits. They're literally just introducing people who fundamentally hate them. That's not multiculturalism.
Yeah.
That's literally suicide by, like,
Well, what they're doing is multiculturalism is the concept of a melting pot. So you take your culture as the pot,
yeah,
and you take other cultures and you put them in the pot, and the best bits of the culture melt into the melting pot and become part of the pot.
Yeah.
So and all the others get taken out, all the others get filtered out.
Yeah.
What we have here is like a salad bowl. So
okay.
So your culture is the bowl.
Okay.
This isn't an original idea at all.
Okay.
And you just throw different cultures in there, and they coexist together. And sometimes the lemon devours lemon being one of the cultures, devours one of the other cultures. Like it's not multiculturalism. It's just introducing Islam to somewhere and hoping it doesn't fuck everything up, which it has. Multiple times. It fucked the Middle East up, for fuck's sake, and that's where it's from.
In their own like little squared off place in the world, they are the least happiest. Genuinely think about that.
It's a bomb zone.
Yeah, it's a bomb zone, and it's not even
their own fault, isn't it?
Well, here's what people are going to say to you after you say that. It's like,
racist.
No, not even that. They'll be like, oh, but who's bombing them? Oh, it's the US. Yeah,
no,
but
it's
why?
them.
Why are we bombing?
It's not us bombing them anymore. It's them that's bombing themselves.
Yeah, they're genuinely Muslims blowing themselves up to kill other Muslims.
Yeah,
like the whole point of suicide bombing is fucking ridiculous. I mean, you don't even know who you're killing. Like, for all you know, you could have just killed 12 white people who were super into Islam.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
You might have just killed Osama bin Laden.
Who was in disguise.
You know?
You might not, or we never got those pictures. We never got those, like, confirmations of his body. That was
thrown
really
into the ocean.
Weird. That was really fucking weird. I did not like... See, when they told me, like, they threw him into the ocean, I was like, what benefit? What benefit is you getting rid of the body
It's to stop a martyr being. It's to stop a monument being put up for him.
Find the body on land or something.
Yeah, you're not finding it in the ocean. It's been eaten by the fish. You know, or the sharks.
So you believe it was better that they completely disposed of the body instead of bringing it to America and showing it and like telling Americans the person who was partly responsible for 9/11
could have been stolen though.
Could have been stolen.
This is number one target for Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
This is like their prophet. This is on the same level as Muhammad's to them.
Yeah.
You know, well, not really.
Yeah, well, that was a slight
this is like a prophet level figure. Like they're all going to be trying to get Osama bin Laden to bring him home, and put him up and martyr him and have him as a monument. The Americans didn't want that. They should have released pictures
Yeah.
But even then, I kind of think it would have produced kind of a martyr spot.
They would have used it for
Better just to
propaganda,
drown
right?
him and let a shark eat him, you know?
Yeah, just throw him into the sharks. They should have
Yeah.
took him. They should have took him prisoner. I 100% don't
Yeah,
believe.
but then he could have got out, and that's.
I don't
They
believe.
would
I
have
don't
had
believe.
people looking for him as well.
No,
then.
no. Okay, let's get this right.
If
Straight.
he was still alive, they'd have
They
people
couldn't
coming
either.
to
They
look
couldn't
for
take him prisoner because he was gonna shoot the woman he had. He held someone hostage. Is what
yeah,
he did.
I know. He held up.
And-
He had quite a lot of women there, didn't he?
Yeah, quite a lot.
He was probably
He had
living.
the 72 virgins already. That's what he had.
He was
He
like, "Oh,
already
I'll
got
live the
them.
high life right now."
Allah sent them down.
That's probably the excuse he would have give. Wasn't there shit tons of porn under his bed, like a child? Like he still hadn't worked out the internet yet.
He had loads
He
of
was
Playboy under his bed.
Oh my god, probably filled with white women that his side probably despised. I don't know. It's one of those crazy things. I definitely think we could. I think wasn't there like a casualty level that's acceptable in these sorts of missions? Like, could they not have
don't
like
know.
shot him? And no, there isn't.
I don't know.
I'm not like I'm not like thinking about military strategy. Like, who the fuck really knows?
I'm just sitting here like.
Yeah, I do radio.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
I work with sound.
Yeah.
I like trains.
It's that level. No, fuck that whole shit. And on the whole French thing in the French election, because it didn't quite
No,
Make my point
didn't quite finish it.
so a third of the nation voted for a party that was considered super racist, unelected. It's like it would be the same as BNP getting elected or BNP getting any sort of sufficient sort of number of votes. It was a vote for sheer nationalism, and I think that was like one of those last dying cries that like an animal makes right before it's put down, because God, that's like a huge thing that she lost, and like there will never be a serious right wing person who will do anything about who will do literally anything about the immigration problem that they're facing. Do you not think so? Do you think there will ever be?
They've got legislative elections soon, and they, in a way, matter more because that's who passes bills through the French Parliament,
Yeah.
whatever they're called,
know,
Senate,
Yeah.
whatever they have.
Yeah.
I think it's Senate actually. But when the legislative elections come around, if the National Front win a big majority there, Macron's not doing shit. You know, he's not going to get anything through there because the National Front is just going to turn it all down.
Yeah.
And all of the northeastern area fronts that voted for Le Pen, they're going to vote for National Front representatives. So there's going to be a big National Front presence in the Senate.
Oh, definitely.
So
And you know what?
there's going to be an influence, and
In 5 years' time, when there's another election, I think Le Pen would genuinely.
she might win.
Because now
Another
she's got
5
name
years of
recognition.
radicalism.
She's got name. Yeah, another 5 years. France is a constant target, especially over the
Yeah.
summers. For some reason, over the summers, the crazies come out
Yeah,
for
it
some
was
reason.
really bad over the summer, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Especially
not
there was
only-
like loads of lockdown for the
Well, it
a
gets
couple
hot
years
there.
ago for the Euros.
Yeah, hell, there was luckily nothing bad happened then, right? Um,
I think during one of the matches they heard like an explosion sound.
Well, okay, that could be nothing, though. That could be just a false.
It
alarm.
was. I can't remember the specifics of it. It was up for interpretation.
Yeah,
I think.
terrorism can happen in so many different levels now. I mean, you just need a truck. I don't even think you need a truck. If you really wanted to commit a mass murder, all you would need is a knife and go into a primary school. There's nothing stopping you from walking into a primary school and going into like a children or a P5's classroom and committing unforeseen fucking evil acts right there.
Yeah.
Terrorism, like, literally, it would be that easy. And you can't ban knives, you can't ban, block off schools or any of that sort of stuff. So it's like
I mean,
one of
you
those
can-
scary
you can-
things.
If you're bringing up the point of children, you can just go up to them and just beat them up. I mean, you can't ban like fists. Can
Yeah,
you?
you can't ban fists. I don't think a child would be extremely
You have
like
to
all.
ban hands in those primary schools now.
Yeah, but I'm talking about mass murder. I'm talking about now their new favorite thing is driving trucks through busy
Yeah.
streets like they did in Bastille Day.
And
That's a
in
really
London as
inefficient
well,
way
wasn't
of
it?
doing anything, really,
Well, they
isn't it?
killed quite a lot of people by ramming their truck into them. I mean,
Guns are a lot better.
Yeah, but they're somewhat slightly harder to get their hands on
True.
Europe than America. Because in America, you can get a gun, with a lot of background checks, you can get a gun, and that's easy enough.
In America,
there.
you could like open a bank account and you get a gun as well.
It's just
on that,
it's a free McDonald's meal.
Yeah, you just get a
Yeah,
Happy
good luck.
Meal.
It's well. Then again, if you think about it, America is such a huge country, and even with that, Second Amendment, it's relatively not that often that like these mass murders for religious reasons happen. I mean, you'd expect it to happen a hell of a lot more with 300 million people.
Almost
The majority of them have guns
Yeah.
as well.
Well, not the majority. I don't think the majority of America
Well,
own
like
guns.
a large amount.
Yeah, well, quite a very substantial amount of people have guns, definitely. It's more gang violence which is the real problem.
Yeah.
Did-
South Central LA,
Yes, yeah, all sorts of places. I'm sure it's pretty bad for most of
Chicago's terrible.
Oh yeah, Chicago's supposed to be
Democratic
3
mayor.
murders a day. That's like how do they repopulate that quickly? It's impossible. It's like crazy.
They got a Democratic mayor as well, which
I don't even think it's democratic at this point. I just think when a city's so
well,
poor and so
all of
corrupt,
the cities that have a lot of gun crime have Democratic mayors. None of them have Republican mayors. Doesn't that tell you something?
well, Republican mayors are more likely to institute really hard police, like a police presence, so people are less determined to like carry their guns on the street
But
if
it
they have
works.
bad intentions. Yeah, if
You
it
know?
works, it works. I can't fucking say anything against that. I just wish there was. You can never tell the intentions. I always thought if there was one invention you could make which would save the world, would be this little laser beam you can point at someone's head and it can tell you their intentions.
That's dangerous as well, though, because you could fashion all kinds of laws that.
Oh yeah, sure.
You
you can't come in here slightly angry into a bar, but
you can't come here. If you have a certain way of thinking or for certain opinion, let me just make it really vague.
Yeah, I get you there. I get you. I understand. I was just freeballing ideas.
Yeah.
But the future's going to be crazy. I know I'm talking about like sci-fi sort of stuff now, but the eventualities of how the human race will go, like in 100 years' time, if we make it that far, is simply like mentally.
Pretty crazy, isn't it?
This is fucking crazy. I genuinely do think we can make teleporters. Like we can technically teleport single atoms from like.
Yeah, we can
certain
already do
distances.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like. What's to say that in 200 300 years time we can't just flat out teleport to the moon or to Mars or wherever?
Fourth dimension stuff,
Yeah, shit's going crazy. In the future life's going to be fucking amazing, and I like to say the precipice of the edge of enlightenment, like the new edge of enlightenment, because there's so much more that we haven't discovered that we know more about the moon than we do about our oceans. That's such a weird concept to say, because our oceans are right fucking there, but we've not really been to the depth. We've not really been to X, Y, and Z, because we can hardly go to the depths because the pressure is unbelievable. We need to build like multi-million-dollar, huge devices to get down there. It's just like while technology gets better and we get more efficient, shit's going to be crazy, and we're going to discover all sorts of things. I think we're going to beat cancer in my lifetime. In fact, maybe this decade.
That's a difficult thing to say though, because cancer's a multifaceted disease. It's not just one thing.
Yeah. It's
got multiple different causes and multiple different ways to beat it.
Yeah,
the cancer cure for testicular cancer doesn't work on skin cancer, mainly because the cure for testicular cancer is just getting rid of the testicle.
Yeah.
That doesn't work with skin cancer. You know.
Well. Hopefully, to stay optimistic though.
Stay optimistic. We'll find cures for cancer.
Cures, multiple different ways of making that completely irrelevant.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome, man.
Have we? We've got 15 minutes left. So, is there any stories that anyone has?
Stories.
Has to tell.
Stories.
In general,
stories.
what kind of stories?
Story time,
Come on, Elliot.
Come on, Elliot.
Elliot, why did you go and try to be a YouTuber? Do you actually think you could get some serious
Oh yeah, do you want to pimp your channel?
Pimp my channel.
Pimp your
what do you
channel.
mean?
He wants you to shamelessly plug your channel.
Oh,
come on, advertising. Advertising. Come on.
Good.
I could tell you the story of my channel.
Go for it.
I recently went into this in my Q&A, which is recently. There's no camera, so I can't point and wink at it.
He points and winks as awkwardly as possible.
Points and winks.
That's what I do all the time, just for self-plugging. But yeah, the story of my channel. I've had it for quite a few years now. well, I've had multiple over a span of like the past. I don't even know how many years. How long has it been since primary school? But yeah, it all stemmed from when I was on holiday one year and I had a video camera. Well, I had a video camera at home, so I was just playing with my Pokemon figures in my villa in Spain. And then I got home and was like, I could film this because this is interesting to me. This is the stuff that I would like to watch.
You're doing like a super interesting story in your head with magical visuals as
Yeah.
a child.
Essentially,
And you're like,
yeah.
why wouldn't two people want to see two things hitting each other?
I mean, you look at all the toy channels now.
I swear to God.
If I did that now, I'd probably be up my arse in ad revenue. Well,
Yeah.
before the ad boycott, that is.
These toy things, like if you attach to any sort of fandom or any sort of thing, you don't even try and be like a good voice actor. Just like get two toys in front of them and just act, and you will make some serious views. You will make some decent money.
You don't
out of
even
that.
need like toys anymore. You could literally, at the moment,
You could literally bring pictures up and just speak
Yeah.
over them and just like do a story there.
What I honestly think I could do is literally just make a video, like a slideshow of like top 10 fidget spinner memes, and then I'd get like you'd honestly get 2 million views for that.
It's very possible. Just get on to what's trendy
Yeah.
and just pump out something that's pure shit. But anyway,
Find
continue.
something that's trendy, make a top 10 out of it, make some meme slideshow. Simple as.
Exactly. You should start with-
Slideshow.
Continue your story. So you're making these little videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know they were doing all right. I think, as far as I can remember, it's a long time ago. But I remember on that very first channel, I got my first 100 subscribers, and I was sitting in my back room like, yes, I can't believe it. Like this was a big
I've
milestone.
made it. PewDiePie, bring it on.
Literally, I haven't even got that much now.
Aw.
You're making better content now, so that should be your real sort of. He makes great content, by the way. Just saying.
Thank you.
Great content.
It's not quite this kind of level of podcast, but it'll do.
Well, yeah, I mean, this podcast is top tier.
Just saying. Subscribe now.
Yep, subscribe now.
Be ahead
Traps
of the
are gay.
curve.
Be
Traps
ahead.
are gay. You know, if this imagine this actually became a real thing. Imagine this became huge, and your very first episode was called
Traps are gay.
You could literally just plug it on like every site, just saying, view this video, traps are gay.
And then people would be angry, come to the comment section and give you like 15 paragraphs on why you're wrong and why they're definitely not gay.
Why traps aren't gay?
They'll dislike
What
it
are
before the video
traps?
is.
You know what a trap is?
No, I don't think you're familiar with this.
Okay,
No.
so a trap is someone who is very feminine, okay, a very feminine girl who
Okay.
just so happens
To be a boy.
to have a penis. And that's the whole, yeah, not transsexual, that's different.
That it is.
Cross-dresser.
No. Cross-dressers are different too, because cross-dressers just like put on the clothes, right?
Because traps they can look genuinely convincing.
It's scary.
You have to say they do. Like,
Oh no, there are some fucking amazing like looking ones. You're like, no way does that, no way.
Wait, so
every time I'm like on like R9K, I'm just like, can I save this or am I gay?
Undoubtedly,
are
you're
they?
gay.
So do they look like women? Do they try and look like women?
100%.
Yeah.
They're like think of the best looking transsexual you'll ever see, and then
We
that's
could
what
literally
they
pull
look
a
like. But
image
only
up
they
now,
don't
couldn't
do.
we?
Yeah, you can.
Well,
Not on the university network. No,
just
no.
type in
You know-
traps on Google Images.
No.
You don't want to type in like
No.
trannies on fucking your university fucking podcast
No,
shit.
no.
No, what was I saying? But anyway, all that bullshit aside, it's basically became a joke now to ask, are traps gay? Is it gay to be attracted
Because
by
people
traps?
are like, they're
Yes.
like, no, they're like, no, it's not gay because they look
they're
like
presenting
women.
as feminine.
They see themselves as female. So
Look, you could
It
be
comes to the
tricked.
old question. It's the old question. That's what the trap term comes from. You have been trapped. It's like this
Oh.
whole meme
it's a
of-
trap. You
Yeah.
think it's a girl, but no,
You're like,
it's a
"Fuck!"
surprise.
Yeah, so they lift up the skirt slowly. It's just like no, but
Just a bell end
it-
appears. Fuck.
even
Yeah,
worse if it's
they
bigger.
wiggle their butt around and you see the skirt flap. Then they come up the front and you see something else at the front. And you're like, oh, again.
Bleach in my eyes.
They can't be
It
again.
comes to the really important question, okay?
It's
So I'm
the
looking directly at
Illuminati.
you, Elliot, okay? Because I'm putting you on the spot. Would you rather date a transsexual male to female or a female to male?
M to F.
M2F.
Yeah.
So you think if you present like a female and have all the female characteristics, it's okay to be attracted by that, but it has a dick. I say it. That's a terrible little term, but
The thing.
the thing.
It has the
cock.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because I mean, what I see as people will look as well, and they'll sort of like judge you for that. So if they see something that looks like a girl, they're not going to be like, "Oh, he's with a girl."
I get you there.
Yeah,
that's fine. I thought you'd be a lot more awkward.
They might have like giant hands or whatever, but they still see a girl.
Dude, I'd make
Giant
such a
feet.
great fucking transsexual. Look how tiny those hands are. I feel like Donald Trump right now. Tiny hands. No, right now, Dad just put his hands out like, "Yep, man."
We're all just looking at hands now.
No, it's a Donald Trump thing, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
The white
power symbol.
supremacy thing,
No.
I
thought
won't.
you-
No, I can't do a Donald Trump voice.
Neither can I. Always wanted to. I would never fucking stop
Yeah.
if I could do really good impressions. But I thought you'd be way more awkward answering that question. You took that in your fucking stride. Actually, quite surprised. Maybe he had to personally ask himself many times.
Before
personally.
this, I came in and was like, "We're going to talk about traps at some point."
I'm gonna research.
He's masturbated over traps before, so he knows. He knows what he prefers.
How would you know you haven't as well?
Right enough. If you've ever masturbated to someone from the waist up, you could have touched yourself to.
I
a
haven't
guy.
actually, so.
Oh,
Insight into his life.
just flat out, just denial. No, definitely straight.
There's
Phew.
always been boobs there.
Depends on the mood.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, lad.
Nope.
What you're into is what you're fucking into.
Yeah.
What a weird way to end a fucking podcast.
Yeah, is there anything else anyone wants to throw in there? No?
No.
Do you want to, what's your channel name, Elliot?
Channel
Where
name
can I
is
find you?
L19HD. You've got to have HD in the name, otherwise people will think it's standard definition.
That's that's a really
Yeah,
smart thing.
That's a rule.
I
yeah.
wish I had done that with my channel. Now people are going to be clicking on my channel being like, "Oh fuck."
His videos are going to
Fucking-
look like Minecraft Let's Plays.
There was this video once I saw like 4K Minecraft gameplay footage. It's like, that's a really sharp pixel. No, it's great.
I could honestly go into like weird YouTube channels for ages because I see so many.
I miss weird YouTube. Do you remember when you would click on about 4 videos in the recommend thing and then you'd be in the weird part of YouTube? That doesn't happen anymore. I'm really sad about that.
Because
I used to
they're just plugging the most paid content at the moment. I can't look anywhere without seeing like Ethan and Healer just staring at me. I don't even watch their videos.
One time, I was like looking up dog videos, and I got
As you do.
As you do. I love dog videos. They're cute.
Well,
And like eventually it got to Spider-Man spanks Elsa for 25 minutes. So yeah, that's the great weird part of
Sorry, what?
YouTube. Spider-Man spanks Elsa. You know Elsa from Frozen.
yeah.
On
there's a
Top
YouTube-
Toy Kids UK.
I'm telling you right now, there are videos of Elsa and Spider-Man which have millions of views. These are just 2 people who've got really shitty costumes. They make millions off of this bullshit.
They have like 16 million subscribers each.
Never-
like, on these toy channels.
Never has the term, never has like the definition between content and quality has been so widely refuted that in YouTube, because like you can make the most great fucking map pat levels of researched videos and no one will fucking watch. But you dress up as Elsa and spank Spider-Man,
Yeah.
prepare to be rich.
Anyway, I think we should end it there because there's people that need to come in here that just like barging into a place without knocking. Inconsiderate
dare they.
wankers. So that was
unprofessional.
So we can find you at L19
19HD.
HD. Where can we find you? Do you want to be found?
Do I want to be found? Yeah, sure, I'll be found. K-Fob Talks.
Okay. This has been Dan James Show, episode 1. Thank you very much for listening.